Hello, families. Amber here. I am going to be going over the lesson plans for week 16th through the 20th. So we are going to go ahead and get started with that. We have a lot of fun things coming up because we are getting ready for Thanksgiving. So with that said, let's go ahead and we'll get started. So we're going to start off with Monday. That is prayer, flag salute, and then calendar and story linked in the description below. And then 2, you're going to introduce second with toys. So you'll line up toys and ask which one is first, which one is second. And then you're going to do movement sort. So have your child stand up if they have shoes with laces, or touch the wall if they have Velcro. This is a good way to get them moving and active while still learning. So if you're wearing blue, sit on the couch. If you're wearing red, go and stand in the corner, and get them to try to move as quickly as possible. And it gets them super active, and it gets them learning without realizing they're learning. And then your story of the week is David and Goliath. I will have this story linked in the description below for your child to watch. Next is 2 words, new words. So we are going to use 2 words to make a new word. We can make 1 word from these 2 words. So listen, cat, fish, catfish. A catfish is a real fish. Here is a picture, and then you can show a catfish. And then I have a whole bunch of different words there for you. So you have jellyfish, fishbowl, starfish, cupcake, basketball, and shoestring. So you have a whole bunch of different things that you can do. So you can give them, I have shoe and string. What's that word? And you can give it to them. Next is Tuesday. That's prayer, flag salute, calendar, and story. It's in the description below. And then you're going to do writing pre-stroke for E. That is on page 26 in your green book. And I have the script there for you to read. Then we have name that number. So have your child choose a counter card. So I did the example of 4. These are the cards that have the little squares on them. And so you are going to have them count the squares that the card has. So it says, count the squares. Your card has 4 squares. You matched. You have 4 counters. Good. So they'll do the cards, and then they'll find squares to go with them. And the goal is to match the amount of squares that they have with the cards. And the goal is to, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go to their counters and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and count those out. So that way they are all together. And you can repeat that with different numbers. Again, I just did it with 4 as my example. Next is the turkey name craft. So turkey name craft, I have a turkey body right here, and then I have a whole bunch of feathers. The feathers have their letters of their name on them already cut out for you, and already they're in order, so you might want to mix them up. Then what you'll do is you will glue them all to the back of the turkey. Then you'll draw on eyes, draw on a beak, and draw on a wattle. The wattle is the red part of the turkey beak that hangs right next to it. The next thing that you're going to do is for language and literacy, and that's all kinds of pages. So you're going to demonstrate reading in a variety of page layouts. So the text may be above or below the picture. A good book for this might be Green Eggs and Ham. I know that book has words all over the pages. So maybe even getting them, okay, so now we just go to the next part of this. Or some of the words are below the story and some are below the picture, and some are above the picture. The next thing you're going to do is prayer. This is for Wednesday, I believe. So you're going to go prayer, flag salute, calendar, and story. And calendar and story are going to be linked in the description below. Then we have capitals on edge, so scatter the letter cards, 6 or more, any side up, any way on the table. Demonstrate with 1 card on how to put the capital on the edge, and then have your child put all the capitals on the edge and mix up the cards and repeat the activity. Next is going to be shake hands with me. We're getting into practicing for Thanksgiving, so let your child know that this is a great way to greet family and friends, is by shaking their hands. And this is going to be accompanied by the Hello song, which is a fun little song that I believe we did at the very beginning. It's great if they practice this with anyone who walks through the door, I know we live in really weird times where we have a disease going on around the world, or a pandemic. So please wash your hands and remind them to wash their hands as well. Next is going to be fall wreath. So I have a wreath right here for you. And then I have a whole bunch of leaves. So you'll put glue on the outer edge, and then they will glue on the leaves. And that's your arts and crafts for the day. And then we have crazy compound words. So have fun making nonsense compound words. So put objects for smaller words in a box, or something like that. So it might be have two children, sorry. Have your child pull out objects and guide them to say the silly compound word by putting them together. So an example of this would be cat ball, cat ball. So those don't really go together, obviously. But it makes it super fun. And then what should I do? So let's talk about problems and solutions. Have you ever lost a favorite toy? Have you ever broken something? These could be problems. How can we solve these problems? A story can have a problem and a solution. Let's listen to the story about Little Miss Muffet. And what was Little Miss Muffet's problem? How did she fix it? What would you do if a spider came down and sat beside you? So go through that with them, and I will link Little Miss Muffet in the description below. I do not have a story of that, I believe. So it will be a recording of someone else doing it. Next is going to be Thursday, which is prayer, flag, salute, calendar, and story. And calendar and story, again, linked in the description below. Then you're doing letter E on page 27 in your green book. And you're going to follow the script there. Then you're doing counters in a cup. So you're going to set counter cards with a counter on top of each square. So what this looks like is you have, like say you have 3 counters in a cup, right? So they'll take the cup, they'll dump out the counters, and they'll go 1, 2, 3. And then they'll put the counters back in the cup, and then they'll find the 3 card that matches 1, 2, 3. And it has the 3 squares on it. So then they'll put that card down. And then, okay, let's find what 3 actually looks like. And then you'll find the 3 card that has the actual number 3. So you'll need your number 1, 2, 3 cards, your, I forget, I think I put the 4 squares, more squares cards. I think that's what they're called, but I'm not too sure. And then you'll need your 4 squares, more squares, actual like little squares for this. Next thing you're going to do is the I am thankful worksheet. I have it right here. So circle the things you're thankful for. And then you're going to draw, then they'll draw something that they're thankful for as well. Next is going to be all kinds of pages. So demonstrate reading in a variety of page layouts. The text may be above or below. Again, another book might be like Fox and Socks that you can read, and they're super fun. Next is Friday. So prayer, flag, salute, calendar, and story. Calendar and story are linked in the description below. Then you have shape, which is rectangle, and it's the green book on page 28. So this is a shape, or you'll just follow along in the the script below for this. And then we have learn left. So when children can always show you their right hand when asked, follow by asking, what about the left? Which hand is the left? That's obviously not the right. And then let's set the table. This is going to be our activity for the day. So let's set the table. And there's a little shadow of a knife, a spoon, and a fork. So it teaches them how to set the table. And the goal of this is going to be that they can help on Thanksgiving if you so desire. So you might bring that into that night for dinner where you ask them to then set the table. And it works on their left and the right. So notice how the fork goes on the right of the plate, or on the left of the plate. And the knife goes on the right. The spoon also goes on the right. Can you help me set the table? And you can actually set the table for dinner that night. Next is I'll give you half. So for a challenge, give each child half of a compound word, such as sun, room, or back, and then have your child try to give another word. Wad is supposed to be word, to make a compound word such as sunshine, bathroom, or backpack, and then review the fish words as a model. And then what could they do? So read a story that contains a problem, pause after the problem is described, and then have your child identify the problem. Then predict different ways that the characters can solve the problem. So we are getting into problem and solution here. So if you need any help, again, please feel free to text, call, email, Facebook Messenger. It might take a while for me to respond. Again, I will have just had my baby, so we'll still be getting used to life with a newborn. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye.